ask you a question about the line of Ham and specifically about the line of Canaan. Of the 11 groups of people who came from him, can any of you tell me who the Jebusites were, where they settled? Okay, where did the Jebusites settle? What city of biblical importance did they hold, or the name of an important Jebusite? Can anybody tell me? Okay, I'm going to hand out a lot of F's today. That's why I say read your Bible. 154 days if you read it 30 minutes a day. This is one of the most important people in the Bible, is a guy from the tribe of the Jebusites. He was a son of Canaan. Jerusalem is the city. It was settled by the Jebusites even after the conquest of Canaan. There were still people that remained in Israel after that time, and there remained a Jebusite presence in Jerusalem even up to the time of King David. The name Jebus, which he was given by his father Canaan, means treading down or threshing place. And surprisingly, this name becomes a prophecy of the point in history when David would buy the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite. So here we go. Jebus is his name. Almost 1,000 or maybe more than 1,000 years later, his name comes to fulfillment when David walks up and says, I need to buy your threshing floor. And there's a reason why he did that. We won't get into it today. But this threshing floor that he bought became the spot where Solomon's temple would be built, and it is the exact same spot where almost 1,000 years earlier Abraham went to offer his son Isaac. And guess what? It is the spot that we call today the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, and it is the single most contested piece of real estate on planet Earth. And it's recorded right there, coming from the line of Canaan. It was conquered by David, became known as the city of David. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm just going to give you kind of a impromptu speech about the Temple Mount. Does anybody here know who owns the Temple Mount? I'm talking about the Temple Mount today. Who is the owner of it? Anybody tell you? It's contested, isn't it? It's the most contested piece of real estate on planet Earth. And I'm going to tell you who owns the Temple Mount. King David bought it from this guy Araunah, the Jebusite. The deed is recorded in the Bible. It is a valid deed, and it is recorded right there as a purchase. That means that any living descendant of King David is the rightful owner to the threshing floor, and specifically of the Davidic line, the kingly line. Any of his sons who reigns on his throne owns that piece of property. There is one person on earth who has his genealogy listed who is descended from David. We know that there are other descendants of David on planet Earth, but we don't know we don't have a recording of their genealogy. But there's one person alive today that has the genealogy recorded, and it's not recorded just once, it's recorded twice. The reason why nobody else does is because the genealogical records for the Jewish people were kept in the temple. And in AD 70, that temple was burned down and destroyed when Titus came through with the Roman army. So there are no genealogical records anywhere except in the Bible. The person's name is Jesus. He is recorded as a son of David. He is the rightful heir to the throne of David, and he is alive. And therefore, we know who owns the Temple Mount. And I can tell you where he is going to return to, and it won't be very long, I think. If you understand then who these people are in chapter 10, you can understand so very much more about our past, about where we are going, and how we are going to get there. That's how important these names are right here.